Hi everyone, I hope that you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Click on subscribe below in red. You can click on the little bell so you get videos every week. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Charlotte. I am a medium channel. I channel messages in direct to provide you some guidance. Please remember that I do not know everything. Those are general messages. So take what resonates with you. If that doesn't speak or resonates with you, that means this message is not meant for you. And also remember, this is timeless, so those energy can speak to you right now or in multiple months or years. So if you see this video a couple years from now, that means you are going through the same energy right now, and there's a message for you as well. I'm gonna center myself. We're gonna see if there's some guidance. I know the energy have been very difficult for a lot of people lately, very heavy. So if they speak to you, I'm gonna center myself and we're gonna see the guidance coming. Yeah, so there's a feeling of a heavy, very heavy energies that's been on lately. It's been going on up to the 15th of the month, of this month. It was up to June 15, but it's still going on for a couple of weeks, for a couple of days for a lot of people. This is part of that old karma. There's a lot of old energy that were very heavy that need forgiveness, a lot of situations that need to be forgiveness that were not processed well or never been processed, that come back to the surface, to have that opportunity to be let go, where you have that opportunity to forgive and let that energy go. That could be very heavy things that are from really past time, like not even in this life, but like old life, before this life, that were all karma, very heavy karma. This image is kind of like if you have that weed, and weed, removing those old weeds, but you have like a little tiny bit of leaf sticking out to the surface. You almost don't see that weed, it's so small. And then underground, it is very deep in the ground. It goes very far in the ground, and the roots are huge. Okay, and this is kind of like what's going on right now. Is we're removing those huge weeds that have that very thick, very heavy roots that are very hard to remove, and there is almost nothing on the surface. So that's what we're going through. Some people are a little bit aware of it. Some people that have the third eye open, that have a little bit of vision from past scenes, or they could have had vision of things and they don't know where it comes from. That could be related to that. That could be related to those past lives, to those old karma that are being cleansed up right now. So you have those kind of like similar situations happening in your life that are kind of like exploding, coming out of nowhere. Things that could be blowing up a little bit in your life, in your environment, that you cannot explain what happened. It just seemed completely crazy, or it felt like you are in a movie. Then it could be connected to those old situations that you have to relieve. You reliving the same emotions, the same kind of situations, so there can be forgiveness happening, that can be released. It's very important process that we're going through right now. Now some people are also going through that on a more recent way. It's events, it's things they haven't forget and they haven't forgive, that happened a couple years ago. It could even be a few months ago, something that's kind of like stays stuck in the middle of your throat or in your stomach, your emotions, the center of your emotion. It hasn't been processed, and you just never forgive that situation or that event or that person. That can be coming back to the surface as well, because there is forgiveness that needs to be done, to be released. And that can be things, like I said, from a couple months ago. That could be a couple years, like 5 years, or that could be 25 years ago, and suddenly it's coming back out. So it's very necessary process. It is a little bit painful. It is not very fun, but it is very necessary. What they're telling me to tell you, it's kind of like when you owe something, if for example you owe money to somebody and you are just letting it go and you're waiting a couple years and you're hoping that's gonna go away, they're gonna forget about it and you're never gonna owe anything, because it's just gonna be, people are gonna forget and nobody's gonna remember, and it's just gonna go away and disappear just like that, and you'll be fine. And they're saying it does not happen that way. It's not gonna happen like that. It never go away. You have to pay your dues. So it doesn't matter if you take care of it now in this life. If you don't, you're gonna have to take care of it in the afterlife later. So it never goes away, no matter what. Even if you're not in this life, it will follow you on the other side. So you have to really take care of that now. You have to really see this as an opportunity to really let go of those things, really sit and grow. It's going to be very positive. Also, just know that the sooner you take care of it, the better. Again, it's kind of like if you owe something to somebody, it's better to pay your dues as soon as possible, because the more you're gonna wait, the longer it's gonna take. It's gonna be more heavy on you. It's gonna be more heavy on your conscience. It's gonna be like a weight you literally carry on your shoulder. So the sooner you take care of it, the better. So just know that some things are coming out that are very, very old, coming back to surface now to be taken care of, to kind of pay that due. And it's gonna be a liberation. It's gonna be freedom. I see the heart chakra opening. I see like a bird flying to the sky. It's free. It's able to move forward. Okay, I can see it was kind of like that bird was in a cage, almost had chain around, and it was really like being held back, kind of like holding you as a prisoner, because you really have things to forgive, you owe things as far as karma or things like that, and now you're gonna pay your due. It's just gonna be freedom. You're gonna be able to move forward and be free, and it's gonna be beautiful. There's gonna be a lot of openings in the heart chakra. I talked about it before, but we're still on it. A lot of point of pressure can be happening as far as the heart chakra. A lot of the throat chakra is being worked on right now. There's a lot of expression, expressing yourself, things that you've been holding back, things you haven't said, a lot of things that were blocked here as far as the throat chakra. Okay, so a lot of expression is going to be able to say you're sorry, be able to forgive somebody. It's, if you cannot express it with your voice, you can write things down to really express it. There's a lot of expression. Also, there's a lot of anger, frustration that we're holding back. You don't have to yell or scream at people. Again, you can write a book, you can write a scenario, you can write anything on the paper to express it. Burn that paper, throw the ashes in water, and just let that go. Now you can also, I see people that like boxing, for example. They can be boxing in the boxing bag. They can be running to get that energy, that frustration out. Some people like to play music. I see people playing guitar to really express that tension out. Do things like that, creative, painting, drawing, whatever, but just it's expression on multiple levels. So anything connected to the throat chakra and expressing yourself is being worked on right now. Also, a lot of liquid, a lot of fluid will be very helpful. Anything very healthy fluids will be helpful. Now I see people with point of pressure right here. That is the third eye. The third eye is opening. A lot of visions for some people, having flashback about certain situation. Is totally gonna make sense what they're going through right now. Some people are gonna live it in full consciousness, and it's gonna really help them have that full 360 vision, that full understanding, and they're gonna move forward so quickly. Now other people are not gonna have that, but they're still going through the same process. They're just not gonna be very conscious of it, but they're gonna go through the same process, and it's gonna be that same cleansing process. Okay, they're just not gonna understand really what's going on, but it's still gonna be like they pay their due. Basically, they're just not gonna know they did, but it will be done. So just be careful. The energy around you that are very heavy, that can also be a lot of things that are here to kind of take a little bit of your light, so be careful with that. Take a lot of baths if you can with salt, sea salt. If you can, burn sage, burn Palo Santo, burn bay leaves also. That's very good for people that do not do well because they have asthma with the smoke. You can use essential oil. You can use again, essential oil of sage that you put with a bit of water in a spray bottle and spray it around your house. For example, you can do this with frankincense. It's very good, and do the same thing. And after you cleanse the energy, use some rose oil. It's going to be very good as well. So rose essential oil, rose perfume, just spray around in your house, around you, and it's going to help the vibration raise up because it vibrates in a very high energy. So this is going to be good. If you feel like there is heavy energy, if you feel things are very not right, do that. It could be entities, but not only. It could also be that heavy energy that you are cleansing from those past thing in this life or past karma from other life that are coming back to surface for the forgiveness and let them go. Now that has very heavy dense energy to it. That's yours, but that's coming back to surface, so it'd be very good to cleanse that as well. So that's important to keep that in mind. Yeah, so it's telling me to tell you that there's some people, that's not going to speak to everybody, but some people that really need to take time for themselves. They a lot into giving, they give a lot to other people, they into service, they really putting themselves as a second spot, but almost like as they don't exist anymore. They like really transparent and everything is for everybody around them. They always giving, giving, giving. You have to really take time for yourself, to center yourself and really nourish yourself. Okay, it's okay to take time for yourself, because that's people that are so into giving and service and helping others, then they really completely forget about themselves. So it's very important to take that time. Now the image they're showing me is kind of like a balloon, and that balloon is losing air, and it's just going down, losing air, losing air, losing air, until it's completely empty and fall on the ground completely empty. That's you if you don't take time for yourself. Okay, it's very important. Like if that balloon is losing air, take a time to take it back. We're going to refill some air and then it can go again, but we have to take those little breaks to stop in between and refill it so it can keep going. If not, it's going to be completely empty. Now they're also showing that your energy impacts others, so if you don't care about yourself and you're all about giving and helping others, and your energy is very low because it's going down, what you're doing to help others is going to really bring their energy down too, because your vibration is going to be so low, it's going to bring their vibration low as well. So you have to take that time for yourself to refill your vital energy so your vibration can raise up, and then the people around you can raise up with you. We are all connected, and it's like if you down, they will be down. If you up, they will be up. So take that time for you, so that will help them as well. This is important for certain people that are concerned about this message. Yeah, so there's also people that are going through life changes right now, huge life changes. As they're saying to make sure you take the right decision for yourself before you take that decision, because there will be no turnaround, there's been no going back. So they're saying make sure you take the right decision. Make sure that decision is what you want for yourself and what you love and what makes you happy, and not something that is what other people around you want. For example, what your parents want for you, or what the society thing is good for you. Make sure that it's not what will make you look good, or what is. Make sure you don't do it to please other people or please some other expectation. Yeah, so that's what they're saying. Make sure that what resonates with you, not what resonates with other people to make other people happy or please them or match their expectation, but what will make you happy and what resonates with you and what you love, because that might not be aligned with your outside environment and this is impacting your decision. You have to really take that time to really make sure you are on the right track for your own happiness and what you want and what you love, because once you take that decision there will be no going back, and that decision will impact the rest of your life. So just make sure you take the time to be sure you take the right decision, and that will speak to certain people, but they will know that's them. So here you go. Yeah, so it's very, very dense for a lot of people right now. Again, we say it's normal, the heavy energy is normal. Just remember that's a good sign. That's kind of like if you're at the end of a race. It's hard when you're at the end of the race. You're tired. Your shoulder might be down because it feels tiring. You tired, it's heavy. It's a lot harder at the end of the race than it is at the beginning. When you're at the beginning of the race, it's easy. Okay, you just feel good, you feel fresh, everything goes easy, it's awesome. But when you're at the end, it's a lot harder, you are a lot more tired, and you really have to push yourself to finish it, because you didn't do all of this to stop now. Okay, you didn't run all this, you didn't do all that work to stop now a couple of feet before the finish line. And okay, you're not seeing the finish line, but it's right there, it's right the corner. So just make sure you push through, you keep moving forward, because you're right at finish line and you did all of this, okay, to finish it, not to stop just before the end. It's very important for a lot of people that feel like they're about to give up. They feel really like they've just been doing it for so long, they don't want to do it anymore because they're not seeing results, but you are right there. So make sure you give everything you have, push yourself through, because it's right there. You right at the end. So it's a very important reminder for some people that are a little bit discouraged right now. Just remember, like we say, when it's harder, the harder it is, the closer you are from that finish line. Okay, yeah, the closer you are from that next step, that new life, okay, from the end of that. So it's important to keep that in mind. Yeah, be able to let go, really let go of things from the past, and let the energy carry you forward. Really have that feeling. The image is showing me, it's kind of like a car, and you're in that car, and you have you're the car, but you're pulling a bunch of crap basically behind you. You have that whole, I forgot the name in English, but it's that thing you're pulling with the car, and it's full of furniture and things like that, random stuff, and it's heavy, and it's making you go slow because you're pulling such a heavy load that's behind you. Okay, on the trailer, that's the name. Okay, so thank you. So that was like all that stuff you're carrying on that trailer, and it's taking forever. It's making the car go slow. And then we're at the point where all that stuff on the trailer is all that stuff that you carry from your past, that karma, those things you haven't forgive, all that stuff, all those old luggage, okay, family luggage, everything. And we're at the point where you know, that's going to be removed, and that's going to be let go, and then you're going to press on the accelerator in your car, and now your car is going to take off, and it's going to go so fast because you're not going to have that weight you're carrying behind you, and the car is just going to take off, and you're going to go super fast on the road, and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, because for all that time, every time you press on the accelerator, you're going super slow because you're carrying so much weight. And that's where we're at right now. So we're at that point where we're at the end of carrying that, gonna be letting it go, and now it's gonna be pressing at the accelerator. Is gonna go so fast, everything is gonna move so quickly in your life, and it's gonna go super fast. It's gonna be big changes in your environment. Is going to be things going to fall into place very quickly, things that were taking years, that you've been working on for years, for example, that were hitting a block in the road, that were not going anywhere, suddenly it's going to fall into place. It's going to, you're going to see the light, it's going to move forward, and it's going to be abundance falling into your life. Things are really going to come to life. Projects that were sitting there for years are going to come to life. Things are going to really start to be happening. It's going to be extremely positive. Yeah, another image they are showing me is kind of like we are at a door, like a doorstep, and the door is open, and it's kind of like if you are about to go into, for example, a club or something, like a new experience, and that door is open, and you right at the doorstep, and you have all luggage, and they're saying to you that you can come in, but you have to leave all your luggage at the doorstep, and you won't ever get them back. And then if you say yes, you can go through that doorstep and go into that new world, that new experience, whatever it is, go into that room. Now if you say no, I'm keeping all my luggage, then you cannot ever go into that room. And we're at that point where we're gonna make that choice, and you have to make the choice. Okay, do you keep all those luggage, all those bags, and just don't take that step and don't go any further because you want to keep all those luggage, because you've carried them for many years, all your life, and you got attached to it? It's part of you, or at least you feel like it's a part of you now, because you have watched over it and you have carried them for so long, so many years, that you got so attached to it, like you feel like it's a part of you and you don't want to let it go. But then you cannot move forward, and that's the end of the road. Or you're gonna make the choice of, I really want to go further and see what's on the other side of the doorstep. I want to go into that room and see what's going on in there, and I'm gonna let go of those luggage I carry for 50 years, 100 years or more. I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna drop them and say goodbye and never see them again, and it's gonna be hard, but I can move forward. And it's really a choice you have to make. It's not gonna be easy, because again, you've been attached to it. You feel like it's a part of you, and it's letting that all part of you, letting it go so you can move forward. But that choice has to be made by each one of us. And really, each one of us is concerned about that message, and they are telling me this right now. It's a choice we all have to make, because there's going to be a point where either we keep those luggage that pass and we cannot move forward anymore, we cannot go to the next step, or we're going to have to let it go. It's not going to be easy, but we have to do that process to be able to move forward. And that the guide, the angels, everybody that is watching over us is here to help us, but they cannot do it for us. That's something we have to do here in our incarnation, and we have to physically, and with our four body types, so physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, all of that needs to be involved in that process so we can do that jump. And they're here for us, they are protecting us, they are carrying us, they're watching over us so we don't fall off, okay, when we take that step, when we take that jump. They're here for us, but we have to do it, okay? They cannot do it for us. And this is a very strong message I'm getting. This is extremely important. It's going to be an impact on each one of us on a very strong level, and that's a choice we have to make. And when we make that choice, it's something we have to do if we choose to move forward, or we don't do if we don't choose to move forward. But we, no matter what, we gotta take some kind of action, because it's not gonna happen by itself. Yeah, and it's something that's gonna really come to the surface in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, for a lot of people, a couple of months for some people that are like not quite ready, but we all into that same bus. Basically, it's all gonna happen about that same amount of time. So just be aware of that. Yeah, and again, some people need to really stop and take some time for themselves. Like I said before, there's people that give a lot, but I also see people that are not into really helping others, but they do so much work, they're into that almost burnout phase, and they really need to take some time to just stop, sit down, relax. And it's not stop, sit down and be on your phone for 30 minutes checking your emails and your to-do list. It's really stop, sit down for 30 minutes and close your eyes and just relax and just drift a little bit, kind of like if you're taking a little nap or something like that. That really going to be important to refresh yourself. A lot of grounding is going to be necessary, a lot of going in the nature to re-cleanse your energy, a lot of feeling, if the body is talking to you, if you feel like you have those heavy energy that feels on your shoulder, if you feel like your head is heavy, or you have those headaches, things like that, your body is speaking to you, that means that you really need to go into the nature and ground yourself and cleanse those energy, because that means that you're putting so much energy into basically your mental, your head, your mind, that it's kind of like the image. It's kind of like if you have a weight in your head, all the weight is in your head, and it makes you fall over. You're falling over, and it's very important to recenter so you can really balance those energy. So again, the body is going to be talking to us a lot. Lately it has, and then in the next few days, and so pay attention to those signs. Okay, what's going on? Okay, I feel like I'm having a heavy head, I have a headache. Well, that's because all my energy is there, so I need to ground myself, I need to rebalance my energy. I'm going to go into nature, I'm going to balance myself, center myself. That's going to be very important, because it's been shaking us up a lot. So make sure you stay balanced. Yeah, as it's saying again, like try to keep some light about it, and light in both ways, like the light of God, and be light, like you don't take things too seriously. Just have kind of like that balance as well. Be able to laugh about some situations that are so crazy, so big, those things are happening, it's out of nowhere. Just be able to laugh about it, just have a bit of humor about it. It will be helpful to release them easier. This is a process that's necessary. What I'm saying, it's a necessary process for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be feeling like we're being punished. Some people are going to feel like that, and it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to make yourself suffer because I have to pay because I did something bad. No, you understand the process, you're going to go through it, and you can just laugh about it. Just, oh, I knew this was coming. Yeah, whatever. Just laugh about it and just have light heart about it. Be light-hearted, and it will be a much easier process. Okay, it doesn't have to be a painful process. We can really make fun of it and have fun through that process, and be easier for us. It's whatever we choose, however we choose to live it. Okay, do we want to live it in pain and suffer? Do you want to live it in something more joyful? Okay, well, I have to leave that sucks, but I'm gonna laugh about it and make it as good as I can. Now again, it's focusing, you know, do you see the glass half full or half empty? And you make that decision. You have that choice. You can make that choice and make that decision. So what do you choose? Okay. So how you redirecting your energy is very important right now, and that's a lot of that responsibility is coming back to us. I see a person that's sitting in a room, kind of like in all time, kind of like if it was a victim, and that feeling of being a victim of sitting like this with your head down, and you're not speaking, you're not expressing yourself, you're not making any noise because you don't want to be heard, because, you know, if people hear you, for example, you're going to be killed because you're trying to hide. And this is a feeling of the victim, of hiding, of wanting to be transparent, not expressing themselves because their life is in danger and they don't want to die. And that's some people are going through that feeling right now, and they are telling me to tell you that this was part of the past. Okay, this is over. Your life is not in danger anymore. You know, subconsciously you're gonna feel like that, but you really have to really raise up and put your shoulder back and be seen and being heard and be able to leave, and really you coming out of that victim past. Okay, and this is very important. Some people that have this behavior subconsciously from very old time that's in them, and it's really holding them back on a lot of things, and we are breaking free from that right now. We're breaking free from those chains from the past. Okay, and now you can just shine, you can be seen, you can be heard. Okay, it's a completely different person. It's total change, but extremely positive change that we're working on. That's what I'm hearing. That's what they are telling me to tell you. Yeah, so keep faith, keep courage. Try to see the positive in every situation. Again, if you're going through this heavy energy, know it's a positive sign. It means you're toward the end. Again, it's like you're almost there, you almost arrived, like the race, like we said before. So make sure you stay up to that. Really keep faith and keep going through that process, because what you're taking care of now, you don't have to take care of later, and it's easier to take care of it now than it'd be a lot harder and heavier to take care of that later. So it's very, very positive. Just see it that way. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Saying there's been a lot of information, don't want to overload you, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share it, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I will see you in another video. Take care of yourself, take some time for yourself, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.